Hi, everyone. Ann Butler here, along with my creative girlfriend and business partner, Lisa Rojas.
Yes, hello, hello. I'm
We,
having a I'm having a Farrah Fawcett moment.
she's ready for pictures.
Oh, the wind is my fan is on me, and it's like my oh God. All right, never mind.
The things we do.
Yes, the things we do.
I don't need a fan in here right now today. It's my house seems very cool for right
Oh
now.
no, triple
So
digits at my place. Triple digits.
yes,
It's
I
hot.
know.
It's hot, hot, hot,
Um,
hot. Whoop,
Let me
there we
see.
go.
I'm going to make sure that I find us here.
Yep, and I will put a comment
And
in.
yeah, see, it's only 78 here today.
That's all right, because you know where I'm gonna be next week.
Yeah. Everyone, where it might be hot there too.
It might be. It might be. Oh, you put one in too.
Oh, I was doing it at the same time, so I guess I can't
Oh,
even delete it. Well, hello everyone. We are happy to be back with another live featuring Artesprix.
yes.
And Lisa did a fabulous project earlier today with a frame for her doggies.
Yes, I did.
They are part of her family.
They are my family.
They
Yep.
are. And it shows. I mean, she had them in a buggy, little stroller.
You know,
They go in style.
I have a quick story about the stroller thing. Okay. Rich wanted me to get a stroller for the dogs, right? So he's looking on Amazon and stuff, and he says, okay, I think I found one that'll work for the two of them. Right. I look at the price and I go, this stroller costs more than your granddaughter's stroller. Are you kidding me? And he's like, but look at how comfy they'll be. So yeah, my dogs they ride in high style, is all I'm saying. And that stroller cost more than my granddaughter's when she was little.
Oh my.
And
Amy,
sir,
75 there. A full moon and first graders made an interesting day.
oh, a full
School
moon.
has started
Oh,
for many. Some started, like, I think some of my grandkids started last week.
yeah,
Some started this week. Some are starting next week.
yeah.
Kind
I
of
know
all
about
over the
that,
place.
right?
Hi, Beatrice. Hey, Rebecca.
Hey, Beatrice, did you ever find Do You Love to Craft? The Facebook group I was telling you about, because I was going to put a link in for you and then I forgot. So if not, let me know and I'll put a link. Well, I'm going to put a link in anyways, but just so you know.
Well, she'll put a link in here when I'm doing my live so you can grab it from here.
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
Dorothy, you're watching Lisa's live from this morning. Yeah. It's the end of summer and it's hard. Everybody wants to be outside. Everybody's busy. Everybody, so it's hard to find that perfect time for everybody. Amy, you guys started the 1st of August, the beginning of August. Wow.
Yeah.
You must be where it's more, like in Florida. I know they start the first part of August.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
My youngest granddaughter started, I think, around the 8th or something like that of August. And it's so hot for them to be in school. It's like, yuck.
Beatrice was already in the group.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So
okay, you're
we
welcome.
want all of you to start sharing some beautiful things you're creating. I know Dorothy shared some really cool things with Unity Stamps last week, I think. So, yeah, share what you're doing.
We love it.
Ashley.
Hi, Ashley. Oh, and, well, here, I'll show you what I did. See?
Here, I don't know. Let me see if I can make you big. Nope, I can't.
No, that's fine. I don't need to go big. See, just add a few little gems on there.
See, perfectly fixed.
Yep, perfectly fine. So yeah, I wanted to show you guys that. So
it is nice that you can fix anything.
You can fix your boo-boos. Yeah.
Yes. So today I am going to share. I have a new line of stencils out with StencilGirl, and they're Americana. They came out in July, and so I figure they're very good for 4th of July, Labor Day, and Memorial Day. So I'm going to show you some do's and don'ts when working with stencils to create sublimation with the Artesprix inks. This is one of my stencils. You can see it's all taped up a little bit because, and I'll explain why, but that's one of them. Here is another one.
I love the new stencils.
You know, so I mean, like this all over star pattern is perfect.
Yes.
So there's a lot you can do with them. And then there's 2 6x6s. They're not necessarily geared toward Americana, but they were in the grouping. But these are the ones I'm using today. And I am using the Artesprix ink pads. Lisa used the pens, which I'm going to show you. You can use these too, but either one. And sublimation is so much fun. Artesprix has really brought it down to a level where anybody can do it. You don't have to buy an expensive printer. I mean, if you want to do, you know, more in-depth things and maybe you want to go with a printer, but this is a good way to get into it to see if you even like it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's inexpensive, but Ashley has a lot, you know, she has coasters and frames and bags and ornaments. There's so much to choose from that you can work on.
Yeah.
And you can do it with the stamp pads, the markers, and they also have paint. I don't have any of the paint yet, but they also have paint. So that would be really cool too. So
yeah, it's just, you know, I think people like me, as I have said this before, they look at it and go, yeah, that's kind of hard. Don't think I could do that. That's why I really, really try to push the fact that I am a beginner at this and I can create really pretty things.
yeah.
And, you know, it's easy to do.
Yeah, it's easy. And
So easy.
You buy the ink pads once. I mean, you know, they last a really long time and you're using copy paper.
Yeah.
For real sublimation with the sublimation printer, you are using sublimation paper. And I know I buy my copy paper for about $5.
Yeah.
For I don't remember how much it is. If
like a 500 or something.
150 or 500.
Yeah.
Sublimation paper is like $20 for 100 sheets.
Woo!
Maybe 150. But you know, so there is a big cost difference. So if you're interested, you should try this because it is fun.
And the pens are really, really wet. They're really juicy. So you're not, you know, you're going to have them for a long time.
Yes.
Because they're perfect for this. Which, Ashley, thank you so much for introducing me to this. And Anne, well, Anne's been trying to get me, but
Ashley, since you're in here, Beatrice has a question. I'm going to answer it, but because I think I know the answer, but if I'm wrong, she said it was kind of hard to get the marker tip in some of the stencils. I wonder if they'll make a fine tip marker. I think you have a fine tip marker. Is that not correct? Mm-hmm. I have the chisel ones.
Yeah, I have the fine tip.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
That's what I did. Beatrice, that's what I did my
first one.
Yeah. The whole outline on these is with the black marker.
Fine tip.
With the fine tip black marker. Okay. So just so you know.
Yeah. And it would work perfect with your alphabet stencils because you can reverse a stencil. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so she has them only in the basic colors at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, it would work perfect. But I'm going to show you how you can get into those little tiny pieces of a stencil with an ink pad, because that's what I'm doing today. I'm not using the markers. They're an option. I just wanted to show them as an option, but I am using ink pads. And I want to remind everybody to like, share, and comment with the hashtag Bella Crafts to enter for the giveaway for this week, which we will announce next week. But it is a prize package from Artesprix.
Yes.
But we like to use a pencil with stencils, then color. An extra step, but keeps your stencils clean too. That would be very good. Yeah, you could do that. Because you can go in and draw and then color. Draw with a pencil. I, however, ink right on my stencils.
Yes, she does.
I do. Because I want those nice crisp lines. And if I drew it with a pencil first and then colored, it might not be as crisp if I got out of that pencil line.
Yeah.
Lisa, however, could do it perfectly because she loves to color that much and has done it. You know,
do it.
She does it.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to remind everybody is that we have our free craft magazine. The summer issue is out. We're working on fall right now, which will be out in September. So you want to make sure that you're signed up to receive that. Lisa will put links in here about that and our ebooks and our group and everything else while I'm doing my demo.
Yes, I will.
Yes, she will. Anything else you want to add before I start?
No, I'm good.
Okay, I'm going to switch my camera, turn my heat press on, and then I will get started. Talk amongst yourself. Talk with Lisa.
Yeah.
She's here.
Me being quiet, that is like something nobody ever says to me. My mouth is always gone.
Well, you know.
Yeah. My husband says even in my sleep. I'm like, oh, whatever. All right.
Okay.
There she goes.
So I'm going to make sure I turn my heat press on. So I showed you the two stencils from my Americana line that are definitely Americana. So it's this one with the cool flags. I love them. And then the burst, and this is a swirl with stars. You can't see them right now. The heart balloon, and then this burst of stars. And on the stencils, it says the name of the stencil and who it's by on the front. So you can tell what the front is because the Butler Americana, there you go, will be, so you can read it. But with stencils, you can use either side, which is the cool part of stencils. And then this is super cool. So to get started, I want to show you, we're also going to use, I'm using the red sublimation ink and the blue sublimation ink. And I have polished coasters and textured coasters. I love them both. I love to work with coasters when doing some projects and testing things out because they're small and they make great gifts. So to start with, you are going to just use just plain old copy paper. Just your inexpensive copy paper. And I took, oops, my camera went. Let me give it a second to catch up.
Don't you love that?
Well, you know, the perfect, here, I'm going to shut my light off. Sometimes that helps. There you go. Okay, so this is the polished coaster, which I love both of them, but I really, really love this one. These are coasters I did last time. Isn't that just beautiful?
Yes.
And then this is the polished, and then this is the matte. They're both beautiful, but they turn out so great. And yes, they make great gifts. You do a stack of 4 and you tie them with a pretty bow. It's a perfect gift.
Yep.
So we're
getting to that time of year now.
Huh?
We're getting to that time of year where we got to start thinking about that kind of stuff.
We are. So you can put your coaster down and you can take a pencil to draw an outline. So you have a guide of where you're going to stencil. And this particular burst is the one that I wanted to use, but I didn't want the stars on there because when I put this down over that line, the stars were going to be off. You would maybe get the tips of them, and I didn't think that would look very good. And I did turn the stencil over. You don't have to. This design is the same either way. But I did turn it over because I wasn't sure, if I wanted to use part of the flag. You can do that too. So I had it turned over. And I used just purple tape to cover all the stars because those stars were just going to show the tips. Unless I brought it up and had the stars just on the bottom and had it off center, that would work quite well. So I wanted to do it this way, and centering it on this circle, you can see kind of the lines to make sure you have it almost centered. It doesn't matter that much because that line is just a guide. And I'm going to do red. And I want to show you, okay, so I'm not going to put any ink on this. I want to show you what not to do. Well, for one thing, don't use a blender brush because the stencil may move around a bit. Unless you put pixie spray on it and put it down so it's very secure, I wouldn't use a blender brush. Or I'm using a dauber. I would not rub like this. I did that so I could show you something. Like if you rub like that, you're going to have little bleed lines come out. And that's not a good look. That's going to make it horrible. You can't see that?
That's a good tip. Yeah, you can.
Yeah. So like if you're using a blender brush, you're going to be rubbing and you can get underneath there unless you have the pixie spray on where you're holding it really tight. But pixie spray on, it's easier to just hold it. And with your blender brush, you don't want to be rubbing. You're going to want to pounce. So I'm just putting some ink on here. A little goes a long ways. And I hold it. I put a little piece of tape there and I just pounce. And I'm not concerned if I go off the edge of my drawn line. I'm just doing the whole pattern. So this is such a quick process. You could also use the markers and color it in. But to me, this is just so quick and easy to just pounce these in like this.
Yeah, now that you're doing it, I can see why you wouldn't want to use a blender.
Right. I mean, yeah. You're just going to get those little hairy lines off these nice crisp ones, and you don't want that. You want these to be beautiful. And this doesn't take long. I mean, you can whip up a bunch of these. You know, you have your inks out, do all of your red and then do your blue if you're going to do both colors. So I did put just a titch of tape down here because I can then lift up to see if I have crisp lines or if I want a little bit more ink someplace, and go over it without shifting this stencil. So,
oh, look how
isn't that beautiful? I mean, that is like perfect. And it's nice. It's crisp.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
That's
now
great.
I want to show you another tip. So like if you're going to take this and put it right over here and you're using the same color, you think, well, that's no big deal. I'm going to use the same color. I can just go over it. Clean this off first. Just because, you know, I keep baby wipes in supply because I use so many of them. But in between each coaster you're doing, just take a minute. I know you feel like, oh, all that ink, but you're not using that ink that's on top of there anyways. And you don't want that excess ink that's on top of there.
Yeah, it'll build, right?
You're right. You don't want it to go on to my tape. I've been using this all morning, so my tape is getting a little loose. You don't want to have it bleed. I have one here I want to show you. Okay. So like I did this one. And then I did this one. And it bled out just a tiny bit. You can barely see it. But because I went from one to another, it bled enough to bother me. So it's best to just clean it off in between. And I also found I did some with no circle. I didn't do the coaster because it doesn't matter if you go way off, because you're going to center this on your coaster when you iron it. So you can center it by putting it on, even though that pencil line is there. And then I thought, well, I don't need that pencil line because this particular shape is about the right size for this coaster. It's just a little bit bigger on the tips. So you want to do your shape like I did this one. And then if you want, in between here, at first I thought, well, I would come in and line this up and do blue in between. So I had both colors.
Ooh.
Every time I lined it up, I could not get it so that it wasn't overlapping another line. Because when I created this, it's not perfectly symmetrical. So, because it was hand drawn. So it's not like perfect. So it was frustrating me. I thought, well, I don't want to do that. So then I thought, well, I could put a couple stars in between.
Oh, that'd be pretty.
So when you do that, pick out the stars you want. And I kind of like that one, this little burst here, because I can pick any size star I want. But again, when you do it, I want to find a clean dauber. I thought I had an extra one. So when you do it, don't put it down and start daubing, because you can get very easily over into a star you don't want. So you want to tape it off and put it where you want it. You don't want it too far up. But just look at on your pattern and decide where you want it, and use a little tiny bit of tape to tape the 2 stars on either side, so that if you're going with your dauber, you don't accidentally go on to one of the extra stars that you don't want inked, because that extra star might cover part of that line. But then you just come in and go up and down, and you have a cute little star.
Oh, look how cool that is.
So isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice that you can take pieces of this and just determine where you want it. Now, these stars are not all going to be at the exact same height or anything, but it gives you that red, white, and blue. And because the coaster, of course, is going to be white.
Yeah, those stars pop with the red.
It makes it really pop, right?
Yeah.
And I haven't re-inked this dauber, and there's plenty on there. And I might use a smaller star in some of these spaces, because these are not, like I said, these lines were hand drawn and they're not totally spaced perfectly apart. But those stars and then the stripes, it just makes it pop.
I love that. Ashley says that they need to get some daubers for their craft room.
Yes. I mean, these work perfect. If you don't have any daubers, you can use a makeup sponge. That works really nicely too. I would not use, I have to turn my Cricut iron back on because it has been heating too long. You don't want to use something like a Q-tip, because a Q-tip is fuzzy, and you don't want any of those little fuzziness in your work. See, I think I have too many stars here, maybe. I'm trying to avoid the lines, but I do like the way it looks. And I still haven't re-inked my, see, now that it would be too big there in those 3. So,
ooh, one in the center.
I'm going to go down to a smaller one. One in the center will be cute too.
Yeah, that'd be cute.
But I want to wipe this off in between so I don't get any of the excess. And then I take a dry rag, which is a very old rag I use in my studio. See, that one's even a bit too big. So I'm going to put it way up there. And I want to take some more tape to tape off, because I'm using a smaller star. I don't want to catch the stars on either side. Usually I like things perfectly balanced. So this is different for me. But I like how it's turning out.
Yeah, and how fast it goes together.
But if you have some purple tape, it just makes it, or some painter's tape, it just makes it easy to cover up any area of the stencil that you don't want to use. So I'm trying to make sure I don't get on the red lines. That's why I was adjusting that. And then Lisa said one in the center, so I'll put one in the center.
I think that it just looks so cool.
Isn't that fun? I mean, the stars start here and they kind of come up and around. So
that's cute.
There's a lot you can do with these. And then here's one that I have in blue that I started, and I only put 4 stars on it. And I like that too.
Yeah.
Lisa likes this one better.
I like the one in the center too. I just think that
I love the one in the center. So in this one, I'll put one in the center.
Yeah, it kind of ties it. It kind of pulls it all together.
It does. But on that one, I'm going to use a bigger one. I'm going to wipe my stencil again and dry it. But yeah, you can tape anything off on your stencils to have some really cool patterns and not get that extra where you don't want it. So I'm going to cover my ink, and I'm just going to grab this red one and see if there's enough on there. I think if I put it there, I'm going to go over those blue lines a little bit. So I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use the smaller star and turn it to avoid those lines. I mean, you can go over those lines, but then you're going to have like a purple, which would be pretty, but it would take away from the Americana theme, which is kind of what I'm going for. Isn't that cute?
I love that.
And it's so easy. So I also used this burst. And that one, I just did like an all over print.
Oh, look how pretty that is, Anne.
I just went all over because, okay, so here's the circle, and the burst is bigger wide than this, but I thought if I had it all over, I could just put it like this and capture a little bit of all the colors.
Ooh.
So we're going to try one of those and one of these. And I'm just going to cut this out. And I can see right here, there's a tiny bit of smudge there. I'm just going to cut that off. Make sure it doesn't get on my coaster.
I can't see anything.
I could see it. It was like, I could just see it.
Glaring at you, right?
I am not sure if I can get this exactly in the center. So I'm going to press it here and here. I don't want to press it on there, just so that I have an idea of where my center is when I'm putting it down, because I can't see it. So because I have this star up here, I need that whole star. So I guess it didn't matter where my center was, because I want that star on there. So you put this face down on the paper, and then you take the heat tape, find the end, and I'm going to hold this down and get it really securely on the paper. This is something you should have, I should put it on a tape dispenser so it's easy to get off quicker. Like that. And this tape is heat resistant, so it's going to take the high temperature of my press. And I'm putting it on the coaster first and then bending it down onto the paper. That way, hopefully I have it nice and flat and everything is good. And then Artesprix has the protective paper, which you want to use when doing this. Make sure that's big enough. Because this is going to help with any kind of blowouts. A good hack in case you blemish is in a spot that can't be easily cut out. I'll have to read. I'll let Lisa read your comment, Ashley. I think there's several parts there I might have missed.
Okay.
So I'm going to move this and move everything over. So here is the pad that Artesprix has, which is perfect. It's nice and thick. And for the polished coasters, you have it at 400 degrees for 60 seconds. For the textured ones, it's 400 degrees for 90 seconds. And I'm going to set my clock, my timer on here for 60 seconds. And then I'm going to move it over here and place it down and have it go. So that's going to go for 60 seconds. And while that is happening, I'm going to take this and another coaster and cut out a piece so that we can do one of these also. And I'm going to try and get an area where I get lots of both the blue and the red. You would, for doing one all over like this, I just did the whole pattern. You would maybe want to use your coaster as a guide. So you make sure you get enough color in the areas where you want color. I was just playing around and kind of liked what I saw. So I'm going to prep this one. I'm going to tape this one. Well, I only have 3 seconds left, so I'll wait. Okay, so now I'm going to lift this up. Lift it straight up. Push it out of the way. And this is hot, so I'm just going to set it off to the side for a minute while I tape this one. Okay, so Ashley said you could put a piece of tape. Okay, so like if you had a blemish here, you could put a piece of the tape there, and then that would not go on to your coaster. Great tip, Ashley.
Oh, that is a good one.
That is a good tip. I just cut it out because it was in the way, but that's an excellent tip because sometimes, I mean, you could have a blemish right up here and you want to use it. Just put a little piece of that tape there and that will help.
There you go.
So here, I'll get this one ready. Same thing. And I'm just like Lisa, the reveal is the best part.
Oh, yes.
All of these.
So exciting.
And I don't know that I need 4 pieces of tape. I'm sure I could get by with 2 pieces of tape. But I like to make sure nothing is going to move. So.
Okay, so Dorothy's got a question.
Okay.
How long does your coaster need to be in the heat press?
Okay, so the polished coasters, it's 60 seconds.
Okay.
The textured one at 400 degrees.
Okay.
The textured ones is 90 seconds. That's what's worked for me. I looked it up. I don't remember if I saw it on the Artesprix website or if it was somebody that was using it and I saw it in a video. But that's what worked. That's what it said, and it worked for me. So that's what I stuck with. So I'm going to bring this back and place this upside down and bring this back over. It's already set for 60 seconds and it just kind of turns a little bit all on its own. I think it's the cord.
Yeah.
So I want to open this one, but I want to wait until this one's done so that I can do it right here instead of way up here. How long does your coaster? Okay, I already got that one.
Yep, sorry.
Better do all sides with tape when using a handheld heat source. Okay, thank you, Ashley. Yeah, I just like to be safe and make sure. I mean, they do have the great heat presses that come down and go up.
Yeah. And then
you can find the time and temperature on each of the blanks.
Yeah, on her page.
On her page. Okay.
Yeah.
On the product page. Okay.
Yep.
That's where I found it then, Ashley. Yes.
Okay. I'll put a link in for it.
But, you know, everybody's heat press may be a little bit different. So you need to test it to make sure. Okay. That one just kind of came off. We'll let that one sit there. And see, like, because I had mine cut bigger, this you would never reuse because there's the ink on it. This side doesn't have any ink. So if you needed to, you could reuse it. But here is the best part. I'm going to shut my heat press off.
Okay, I know I saw it.
Oh, wait. This one didn't come off very good.
Which one?
Huh?
Which one?
Okay. I'm gonna turn my heat press back on and do that one again. This one is beautiful. Isn't that beautiful?
That is going to make a great set, like Ashley said. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
And
so
that's on the polished ones, right, Ann?
Huh?
That's on the polished ones?
That's on the polished ones. This other one, it didn't. I'm wondering, it could be me. I could have not, on that piece, I could have, I'm going to redo this for 60 seconds. On that other one, the paper seemed kind of funny to me. So it could have been a high quality piece of paper. I don't know if that would make a difference, but see that paper where I cut that off, this is so thick compared to my inexpensive copy paper. And sometimes when I take things out of the printer and I'm doing special things, I just put all the paper together. So this might not have been the right paper. Maybe the other one was under heat. Yeah, we're going to try it. We're trying it for another 60 seconds. I'm hoping it wasn't that I grabbed the wrong paper, which I could have. See, this one is a lot lighter than this one. Okay, we're just going to see. Because I can always do this other one. Okay, it beeped. I got to move it. So while we're waiting, I am going to do one more, guys. Okay, you haven't met a paper that doesn't work. Okay, good. Because I was like, wait a minute, it should work. But see, this one is so beautiful. Take those off.
I think, let me.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So we're going to do this one. while I'm waiting for that other one to cool. And since my iron is still on, because you need a set of 4 anyways, right?
Yeah.
So put that down. And I'm going to reuse this tape. That I had kind of smashed up in my hand. And I thought, wait, I can reuse that.
Yeah, it's pretty sticky.
It is.
Yeah. The link that I just put in for you guys has each of the different blanks. She has done a PDF for each blank that gives instructions, and it'll tell you on there how long and how hot for each of your blanks.
Very cool. The color does come out, Bonnie, a lot brighter. I mean, it is amazing. Like when you look at the two together, how red that red really is. It's not so burgundy.
Yeah, right?
You know? And the blue is brighter. But yeah, it is. And those polished ones, I mean, that is just so beautiful. And these are ready to use. You don't have to cure them. You don't have to do anything with these.
Which is so nice.
So as soon as the time is up on here, I'm going to try and do that other one and see if it wasn't heated enough. We get so anxious when we're doing things. And you want to make sure you have a window open if you're doing lots of these to work in a well-ventilated area. Okay, Ashley, this is the test if this paper works. And then I'll have to look and see what paper I actually used.
You mean the difference?
Oh, it worked. It was the heat.
Oh,
isn't that beautiful?
I love that.
It's so pretty.
I love, love, love that.
Now, you could reuse this tape if you wanted to. But I'm putting it on itself. Okay, so there's one. There's two.
Oh, look how cool. That's going to be a great set.
It's going to be so much fun. And what's cool is it can be used at 4th of July, Memorial Day, Labor Day. Isn't that pretty?
Oh, here, look at Anne, what Ashley said.
So beautiful. I bet it was upside down so the heat it could have been. I put it on there upside down and maybe I stuck it in there that way. So that's another tip. You always want to heat with the paper up against your heat.
Yeah.
Heat source.
Now, Sandy says she's amazed. She's new to this. She came in late, so she can watch the replay. So I can see the beginning. Yes, you could watch both of them. And as I had said before, Sandy, I am a very beginner in sublimation, and it is so easy to do. I did it didn't have any issues. It's fun to learn.
It is. And
it is easy.
It truly is so easy. And Ashley has taken all the guesswork out of it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, these ink pads are fabulous. But you can also use the markers. So like you can go in and color the design through the stencil, or like Ashley said, color with a pencil, and then you have your lines and then color it in. But these truly, they're so pretty.
They came out really good.
They are so pretty.
Yes.
So I just have to do one more to have a complete set of 4.
Okay. Yeah.
And Americana. Who doesn't love Americana? Lisa maybe doesn't love Americana.
Don't love because it
He
just
loves
doesn't have enough
bright colors.
colors. It's just three. You know, maybe a yellow tussed in there, but well, not even.
I
Really.
love these.
They came out really good.
And so easy. And it's a good thing that that mistake happened where this one didn't come so you guys could see. And I'm glad it wasn't the paper because I don't remember what I bought. I bought a more expensive brand so that it would look nicer when I did some sheets for something I was handing out, and it may have gotten mixed up, but I'm glad it doesn't have to. For the most part, I buy the really cheap copy paper. But this one pack I bought, it was like $12 and it had less in it, but it was a higher quality. And so I was afraid that's what it was, but it still works.
No, it's beautiful.
I just love it.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Jimmy.
Ashley said it's the most common mistake we see. Easy since it happened when you tape the project. Right. You just flip it. So, and that's probably what, because I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, this has never happened.
Yeah, it would happen to me.
It happen on a live.
And it would happen to me more than.
I didn't take the tape all the way off. Nothing shifted.
No.
And you know, like if you had taken, I mean, because even if there was a faint little bit of the ink on there, I just kept it and redid it.
Yeah.
With it up and yay.
Yeah, I was going to show Sandy too. Sandy, since you're new to us, I did a live earlier and I created this with the markers.
Yeah.
And as I said, I am a beginner in sublimation. So, you know, you can really create some really cool stuff. I absolutely love this product. Love it.
I know. It's just so easy to use.
It is.
Right? It is. I mean, and I have 16 grandkids, a lot of whom love to draw and color. And this would be perfect to give them copy paper like I do all the time, but give them the sublimation markers.
Yeah.
And let them draw whatever they want and then do a tote bag for them or something.
Yeah, that would be cute.
You know,
that would be really cute.
That'd be super cute.
I think,
Sandy, you have to find out more. You can go to artesprix.com. Lisa put the link in here. And there are tons of videos and information, and it is just so much fun. Jimmy says your hair looks amazing, Lisa.
I know. That's why I said thank you, Jimmy. I have missed you, girl. I get the fan.
Although
I know.
she did get a haircut, and it does look fabulous.
I did cut it because it gets out of control. Yeah.
Easily. Well, I hope you guys liked this project today. Remember to like, comment, and share this video with the hashtag BellaCrafts. To enter for the giveaway, Artesprix is giving away a prize package of products that you're going to want to have if you want to start sublimation. The easy way. Okay, so this is sublimation the easy way.
There you go.
Right? I mean, yes.
Go.
Yeah, and we have a winner from last week.
Oh, yes, we do.
Sandy says, holidays coming up and the grandkids and I always craft. I do too, Sandy. I think it's very important to instill that in them.
Oh,
I had 5 kids. They all crafted. They all learned how to sew on a sewing machine.
Yeah.
It was just part of what I did. And so far, my older grandkids have all sewn on a sewing machine with me.
So, see, that's awesome. I have a wiener dog licking my leg.
DIY sublimation. Yes, Ashley. It is do it yourself.
Yep.
So easy.
It is so easy.
And so fun. Just so pretty.
All right. So the winner from last week. Oh, and before I forget, because I don't know if Ann mentioned it, if you're watching from YouTube, you do the same thing with YouTube, just hashtag Bella Crafts, and then I will put your name in manually into the little thingy bobby that picks out names.
The randomizer. I can finally say that word. It took me a long time.
That's why I say that thingy.
So yeah, say it.
Yeah. So last week it was your stencils, and that is
No, my stencils. No, last
no.
week we were giving away Sarah's 2
Oh,
ebooks.
Sarah's ebooks. That's right. Sorry.
I was going to say nope. I already gave away the stencils.
I even wrote it down, and
Okay.
I need sleep, people.
We do artist interviews once a month, and we interviewed
Yes.
Sarah Newman, who is a mixed media artist, last week, and
Yes.
and she has done 2 ebooks with us, one on stamping and one on embossing. They're filled with techniques. We're giving
Yes.
both of them away to
Isabel Patty.
Woo, Isabel.
Yay.
I don't think she was here, but she's usually here.
I see her in here, but she's in England, right?
She is over in the UK. She is. Congratulations, okay. Isabel. I do have your email.
Oh,
and cool. I will, or at least I have you in a message. So I will get a hold of you, and we will get those sent off today.
Yeah. So much fun. So much fun.
So
this was a kick. I love working with this stuff. I'm telling you.
I know. Can you imagine this with Christmas colors well, you're going to do ornaments, but on Christmas stockings, how easy that would be.
Yeah. Now fabric will be my next venture, I think.
It has to be a sublimation fabric.
Right.
So it has to be high content of polyester.
Yeah. I bought 2 from Ashley's website. She has garden flags.
Oh.
Right. And, I have garden flags because of our RV. So we put them out. So I was thinking maybe I'll try that sometime soon. So that will be.
You need a bigger heat press. Unless it's
right?
flag.
I know, right? But you can do. Actually, this is a good question before we go. Can you move that to different areas to cover the whole blank? See, I'm so afraid that I would shift something.
Yeah. I mean, with a handheld.
Yeah.
Just like on my coasters over here.
Well, I could decorate it and take it to Rochelle and have her press it for me.
Yeah, because this one.
Oh, yeah.
Way up there. You can see it shifted just a little bit, whereas this one is perfect.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
It blurred it's still fine.
Of course.
But it blurred just a little bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And Ashley may have left because
she might have, yeah.
She is in Florida with the hurricane. Lots of wind and rain for her. And we pray that all of you in Florida are safe.
Stay safe.
And you get through this. Oh, she is here. I'm sorry. I'm here. She missed the question. No, it's fine, Ashley.
Oh,
we kind of answered it ourselves, but Lisa, ask it again.
Yeah. I want to know because I'm thinking I want to do a garden flag that I got off of the website. And I want to know if you could move the heat press like you would, if you were ironing. I mean, you don't want to do this, but can you pick it up and move it? Because a garden flag is going to be much bigger than a 9x9 machine. So that's my question. And if I can't, then I'll run it over to my daughter's house. I'll do the design and I'll have her press it.
Mm-hmm.
She has one of those big old things.
You can do a tile technique. You just have to be careful. And tape is your friend.
Ah, yes. Okay. So see, there you go.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to try.
It's that little risk of
I know.
Although it still looks good.
Well, because like I said, there's always ways to fix boo-boos.
There are.
Get on the frame.
Thank you all for joining us today. I will be back next week.
She will.
I will be back at 2:00 next Wednesday. Lisa will be traveling to the beach.
I'm going to the beach.
She's
Yay.
going for a month.
Yes.
But she will be back in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Because, we work all the time and she's bringing her stuff with her.
Yep.
But she'll be actually traveling on the day of the live. So she can't,
Yeah.
So I will be here next week. Okay, Beatrice said she did it on her canvas bag. She moved it.
Oh, cool. See?
Yeah.
Good to know, Beatrice. Thank you.
Yes. Sandy, yes. Make sure you come back next week, 2:00 Central Time.
We're here.
I will be back, and I will actually put something on the day before so that you guys know what I'm doing. I usually do it in between Lisa's and mine.
Yeah.
Because she has everything announced, and you guys are already here on Wednesday, so yeah. I just wait till hers is over, and then I add mine. But next week, I will be ahead of the game.
All right. I'm so excited.
The beach?
Yes. Yes. My soul needs rejuvenated. Love it down there.
Definitely get it at the beach.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. All right, you guys. So until then, thank you so much for joining us. We love having you each and every week. And we always ask you to take a little time to craft.
Because it's good for your soul.
It really is.
Remember that. Okay. We will see you all next week.
Yep. Bye, guys.